Alright, so today's video is about the batteries for my camera. So, instead of going through my scribbles like this, I made something special. So let's get to it. Here are all the batteries I bought with my own money. They're all bought from Amazon because, well, it's much easier. And plus the return policy is really good. So, these are my batteries that I have and been using on my camera. So here I have a couple of columns. So this is what the battery is listed at. So whatever is on the battery that it states that it should be, and whatever on the website mentioned is basically the same. This is actually what I did to test. So when I tested the batteries, this is the numbers I got. This is the percentage of the tested of the listed. So closer to 100% is better. This is the voltage battery that it started. This is where it ended up to be after the test. And I just for funsies measured the weight of the batteries. That's the capacity of the battery per weight, so grams per amp hour. This is how much I paid for it. This is because the batteries came in a pack of 2. So it's actually $15.99 for a pack of 2 Castar, and it's $19.99 for a pack of 2 of BM. And this is cost per amp hour. So the lower the better, which means you get more bang for your buck. So let's go through each column so it'd be easier to understand. The testing what I did was, because it's kind of weird of how manufacturers test their batteries, but in general I just went down to 6 volt, and the way how my tester worked is that when it got to 6 volts and the amp hours and the load that it's doing it's at, it will adjust the load and do constant voltage till the load gets to like 30% of rated. So what I tested was batteries down to 6 volts or 3 volts per cell at 1 amp discharge rate. And the reason I chose 1 amp discharge rate is because that's what I noticed the camera would consume, roughly 1 amp. So my Panasonics would roughly run, I don't know, an hour and a half or something like that. So it's about a 1 amp draw. Makes it simple. So the reason I'm doing all of this is because this battery that I have, number 3, is just doesn't have a brand. It just says for Panasonic. I shit you not. It's rated at 2.4 amp hours. It only has 0.6, so it doesn't last for shits. It's my backup battery when everything is dead and I just need to have that last 15 minutes recorded. So after I did the test, so once we plug it in, we have how much did the manufacturer lie. And it's quite a lot actually, except for the CS. It's very close to its rated, 94% and 98%. So long story short, I'm actually going to keep these 2 batteries, the CS, because the capacity is very close to what it's supposed to be. And the reason I'm doing this instead of just going for genuine Panasonic, which is, by the way, after all of the years, is so close to its rated capacity, is because genuine Panasonic is like $100 each. So ain't gonna happen. So these 2 batteries, the CS, is very good. They're rated at 1.6 and 2 amps. The 1.6 is 25. Oops, it's the other way around. It's see, I made a mistake. Oops. There you go. Now it makes more sense. Sorry for the delay. We fixed it. Okay, no need to re-record. Okay, we're good. So the 1.6 was 2205 and the 2 amp was 2520. So on the scale is kind of high of the batteries, but it's worth it because I will definitely be using that capacity. Because this one is kind of close to what I have now, and this one is more than what I have now. And the Kestar was the other one that was a little surprising because I tested a couple of times. I tested it actually twice, at least. These two batteries kind of came close to what they're supposed to be, except for this Kestar died. Yep, midway through the test it died, so that's why it doesn't have the 1.58 or 1.6 amps, is because it's dead. That's why it got lower score. The Synergy is crap. Power 2000 is also crap. BM is also crap. So all of these batteries is way underrated, overrated for what they actually are. Kind of makes sense. They're trying to sell their product and betting that nobody does any kind of testing. But once you put it in the camera, you'd be surprised how much that 0.7 or 0.6 amp hour makes a difference. That's another 15-20 minutes of recording, which this battery just does probably. Let's see. So if you want a bang for the buck, the CS is definitely it. The Kestar is definitely it. The next one after that is the Wasabi, and then you also have the BM batteries. So BM and the Wasabi is very close. Kestar is definitely the cheapest crap, and then just a little bit more, you get the CS batteries, which are good, and then Power 2000 is way too expensive. That's just money grabbing there. So there you go. That's basically the end result of a week of testing, more or less. Charging and discharging. Me.